Hi guys, I just wanted to pop in here real quick and give like a little intro before we jump into today's video. Obviously by the title you can tell that it is a morning routine video, but it's not like a typical morning routine. I think it's a very accurate representation of a pretty realistic morning routine when I am running late and I'm like running out the door. I completely forgot to film when I meditate and I tap, but I always do that every morning. It's meditating, tapping, and then go straight into journaling. Some mornings I will sit on my phone and I'll read whatever book I have on my Kindle, or I'll read whatever physical book I have. Not every morning, but I try to most mornings. And most recently, I actually started this like a day or two after I filmed this, but most recently I started reading another nonfiction book in the morning. I picked up Mastery of Love because this is the same author who wrote The Four Agreements. He also has Mastery of Self, which I have set aside, so after I finish this one I'll just jump right into the next. But those are things that I want to continue to incorporate into my morning routine. So this is kind of like a realistic morning where my wake up time is kind of important to me. Regardless of what time I go to bed, I try to aim between 9:30 and 10:30 at the latest, but I am always waking up at 5 in the morning, which I know to some people is really early, but I actually really like waking up early. I think the earlier that I wake up, the less likely I am to be bombarded with other people's energy, and you just feel like you get a head start on the day. And the one thing that I've learned as almost being like 25 years old, something that I've really learned from, I think the time I was in a freshman in high school to even now, I like to be unbothered in the morning. Like, don't talk to me. I want to be in my own head, in my own space, my own energy for as long as possible without being disturbed by other people's energy and what they're thinking of and what they're doing, because then that is what I can control. I can control my headspace, my energy, and just kind of how I am showing up for myself. So I try really hard not to immediately grab my phone and get on social media. The only thing I do is I do reach for my phone in the morning, but it's to get on YouTube, and I am so set in my routine. It's even gotten to the point where my YouTube has recognized my patterns. So in the morning it will only show me motivational videos, frequency music, meditations, and EFT tappings. That's what my YouTube shows me in the morning. But that first hour of the morning between 5 and 6, I tell you, I am so locked in my energy, my headspace, and where my thoughts are, and I have such a good grasp on my intentions for the day, and I wouldn't trade that time for anything. Like, I love it so much. And then recently I put up the TV in front of my bed. Like, my brother and I, we mounted it. It was in the last vlog that I did, but I literally, kid you not, the day after we put it up, from that point on, I have not missed a single day of working out in my room in the morning before I do anything else, which is such a great feeling. It's like the Atomic Habits book. That was another nonfiction book that I read that was so beneficial. The Atomic Habit books talk about making your habits so easy so they're almost impossible to fail at. So making things easily accessible, incorporating them into things that you're already doing. So I spend a lot of time up in my room before I do anything else in the morning. Like, I am in my Zen zone. I do my tapping, my meditating, my journaling. All of that is done upstairs. I brought my workout clothes upstairs, and they're in my bookshelf that I'm like looking at right now, and my yoga mat's up here, and now I have this TV, which is perfectly, like, it pulls out the mount. I can pull it out so that I can do my yoga or my Pilates or whatever I'm feeling. And even if I only do 5 minutes in the morning, that is still me showing up for myself in any capacity that you can, which is so beneficial and truly makes me feel like I'm on cloud 9 every morning that I accomplish those things before 6:30, which is fantastic. And then recently I was doing this again back in the springtime, but I kind of fell off of the habit. But I do these posture exercises. I came across a video, and my shoulders roll forward. Like, I don't have the greatest posture, and I'm really trying to fix that. Start easy, master the easy, and then add more to it as you go. But I have this 3-step posture routine that I do, and I try to do it every morning. I haven't quite hit the mark where I've done it every morning. It's kind of like every other morning, but even that has significantly made me feel better. And also I have this like awareness now throughout the day where I'm constantly like checking to make sure, like, am I leaning forward, am I hunched forward, am I curled in? But that's something that I've really been trying to incorporate again in the morning, because the morning time, like I said, the morning is the one time of day that I have the most control over what I'm doing, how I'm feeling, my mindset, my intentions. So I try to do as much as I possibly can in the morning to allow me to continue to feel good going throughout the day. And then I go and I get ready. I do my lymph drainage routine, which I show you in this video. So my lymph drainage routine is just to allow your fluids, I guess, like you wake up and you wake up puffy. Most of the time people will wake up puffy, and you just have to flush that stuff out of your system in the morning, which is totally normal. Everybody does it. So I learned a routine and I do it literally every morning before I gua sha. I do a whole full body lymph drainage routine. My gua sha routine, which is something that I do every morning. Literally, I look like a completely different person when I wake up in the morning. I'm very puffy. I'm very like out of it. This really sweet brand, Ready To, reached out to me and offered to send me one of their supplements, and I got to choose between the categories. So they had one that was for hair, skin, and nails, which is the one I ultimately went with. They have one for sleeping, they have one for de-stress, they have one for relaxation and brain health, they have the one for skin hydration, hair, and nails, which is the one that I ultimately reached for, and then they also have gut and immunity, and then they have joint health. So those are all of the supplements or like powders that they offer, which is so nice. They have such a wide variety, and I feel like there's something on this site for everyone, but they're all natural, clean ingredients. Oh, this is so cute. I didn't even notice this, but on this bottle, it has like the days of the week, like all the way around, so you can check where the arrow is. I'm one day ahead. I'm on Wednesday. But this is so nice. This one is made of Hyabase hyaluronic acid, orza, ceramide, biotin, zinc, vitamin A, C, and E. And let me just tell you, like, I will insert, I think I've been taking these for a week and a half now. I'll insert a picture of my befores for my skin, because I think I've noticed the most difference in my skin. But I've also noticed, like, when I style my hair is so shiny and it's so soft. And I'm just like, I'm so amazed by it. And I will say my eyelashes feel stronger and there's less breakage in my eyelashes, which has been really nice. But my skin has been like a whole 180. Overall, I feel like my complexion is better. Like I don't know what's, like, magic is what this is. Oh, and the other nice thing is they have a barcode that you can scan, so you can see exactly what they're putting into your supplements. So they're very upfront and very honest with the things that you are putting into your body, which is a huge deal for me. Very much a natural, holistic approach to things. So knowing that these are like natural, real ingredients is stamp of approval from me. I highly recommend you check out Ready To, and I will leave a link in the description box for you to check them out. If you're interested in any of their products, I highly recommend them. And thank you again so much for Ready To for reaching out and sending me some supplements to try. I feel amazing. Thank you. I normally eat the same breakfast every morning, but again, because of how realistic this morning video was, I literally was rushing out the door and I barely had time to make myself a peanut butter rice cake. So that was what I ate. I ate a peanut butter rice cake and I had my water, and oh, that's another thing, electrolytes. I have been trying to get my electrolytes because especially on the weekends, I don't know why, but during the weekends I like am terrible at drinking enough water. And so like I said, I had my water, I had my electrolytes, which I use the LMT brand. I have felt a lot better since starting to do the electrolytes in the morning. I don't do it every morning. I just feel like when I feel a lack of, you know, I'm really like extra thirsty, then I'm like, okay, maybe I need electrolytes because maybe I'm behind and this can help restore and replenish that. So that's been really nice and very helpful. But again, like I was gonna say, normally I am eating the same breakfast every day, which is 2 dippy eggs, and sometimes I have like bowl of fruit, sometimes there's yogurt, sometimes there's bacon, like sometimes I just eat like a handful of carrots with my eggs. But I'm not like a big breakfast person. Like I don't eat like a big breakfast, but I eat enough to sustain me until lunchtime essentially. But again, I try to focus on protein. I think that's everything that I wanted to talk about. I wanted to just give a voiceover, a background, a description to my morning routine. I did originally try to film this on Saturday morning, which my mom, my brother, and I, we went to the beach and we had like a nice, easy mile walk on the beach, which was really nice. So I think I'm gonna include clips of that because my weekends definitely look different than my weekdays. I try to make it to at least one sunrise every weekend, at least that's how it's been going for the last 2 or 3 weeks, which has been nice. So I am going to include that as well. Good morning, y'all. We're at the beach. It's Sunday and we're starting our day walking. What do we want to do? A mile? I guess we'll just... It's crazy. I don't have any water or food in my system. Okay, we might just go for a stroll on the beach then. But it's actually a really pretty day. Oh look, the sun's starting to come. How you feeling, bro?
Alive.
Just alive on a beautiful day. That's all you're feeling?
Isn't that the best thing? Look, that's so cool.
I can't get it.
Well, I tried. You can kind of see it.
Almost like you have to do something.
But anyway, we're gonna enjoy the beach walk. And then I guess I'll just take you along with me for the morning or my day or whatever this video ends up turning into. But I'm gonna shut up and take some aesthetic videos of the beach so that anybody who doesn't live by the beach can enjoy this just as much as we do. It's a little bird. That's hilarious. Smile, bro. Literally one of the best ways to start the day. So walk on the beach. That's so good. That's so nice. Okay, well, we'll see you at home.
Okay, peace.
Bye. But this is kind of like my overall explanation of my morning routines, what works for me, things that I think could be beneficial for you. If you feel called to do any of these, definitely try them out. Any form of physical movement is fantastic. It gets your body moving, it gets your blood flowing, it gets you ready for the day. Getting really in tune with your subconscious, your mind, your emotional well-being, and your intentions for the day is also so beneficial when moving forward throughout the rest of your day. So if you are someone who is like, I want to make a change, I want to feel better, how and where do I start? It really does start with your morning routine, and it can completely change and transform your entire day if you put in more time and intention and focus into yourself and into your mornings. I promise you, you will start to see a difference. You will start to feel so much better. So take this video with a grain of salt. Take any of this and implement into your own life if you feel called to do so. Let me know in the comments what you guys do in your morning routines, what works for you, what makes you feel your best. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.